Pranay continues to stay with us. Pranay, as you were taking us through how the situation looks like at the present time, especially with such a high population density in all of these regions that we see where the tsunami alerts have been issued. But viewers, let's also tell you there is complete, more than panic, I would say fear of that we have spotted, that we have heard of in the videos that we are accessing consistently, especially in this very cruel region in Russia at this given point. The first wave, tsunami waves, have already crashed onto the shore. Pranay, that is the governor of Hawaii saying that all their emergency responders have been alerted and they are completely prepared for the situation. What more are we picking up at this given point in terms of the measures being taken by these authorities?
On one side, the Hawaii governor has asked people to take this tsunami warning seriously. But on the other side, the U.S. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, has just a while ago, she posted on her social media that, people should pay heed to these warnings, but also they should be watchful about, the situation to allow the emergency responders to approach to the critical areas. Because what reports are coming from Hawaii region, it clearly indicates that, there is a massive traffic jam, especially in the coastal region, because people are trying to evacuate the low-lying areas, the coastal regions, and going to the higher regions there, and that therefore there is a huge traffic congestion. And she has also pointed out definitely all the U.S. authorities are they are involved in this thing, in the emergency response, are being moved to these areas. However, there are no reports of any damage from the Hawaii coast so far. But as we were discussing that, Hawaii region, which is like an island territory of United States, has a population of over 14 lakh people. And therefore, there are concerns about, evacuation, about the movement of the emergency services. And that's why, so that's why all the authorities and all the public figures are also making these appeals to people, to especially the residents of Hawaii, to give a space and to give to not to block the movement of emergency responders in this region. But besides that, the impact, as we were discussing, that post 2011, there have been a lot of international protocols have been put in place with the help of the United Nations and other agencies as well, to implement the early warning systems. And we have seen that in 2004, that devastating earthquake, devastating tsunami faced by India, and thereafter, in 2011, it was Tohoku, Fukushima earthquake in Japan, which actually made all these, all the international community to come together and to institute the tsunami early warning system. And with the help of this tsunami early warning system, as far as this Russian earthquake is concerned, the Russian coast of Severodvinsk did not have any human life loss which is being reported, because people have already evacuated the low-lying areas and the coastal areas. And therefore, that is the good thing which has happened, that at least human life loss is not there, because it's a geographical phenomena. Earthquake keep coming, but at least we have been able to minimize the damage. So this is the good thing here, and so happened in case of the Ibaraki area of Japan, which is getting impacted by the early waves of tsunami, generated by this massive earthquake. As you pointed out, that the 5 countries are on alert post this earthquake, and the U.S. West Coast, especially the areas of San Francisco, the areas of Los Angeles are also on alert, which are heavily populated areas of California.
Right, Pranay, absolutely. In fact, while we speak, we are also showing our viewers some of the largest earthquakes that's been witnessed by mankind in just the recent decades that we are speaking of. In fact, more than decades at this given point, if we look back in history. Let's also talk about, Pranay, as we've been speaking of how tsunami alerts and how the measures are being taken to keep a close watch at what the tsunami threats are like. Let's also take a look at the fact that while such a massive earthquake has hit Russia, we still don't look at numbers in terms of casualties, which also brings into focus the fact that how measures have really, over the years, been advanced. They have been worked upon to, come into response immediately in times like this. While yes, if we look at this very region, it's seen a rise in seismic activity, but at the same time, while we speak of the tsunami alerts as well and the quake that's hit, the response has been quite immediate and quite well so far.
Uh, Absolutely, Shreya.
Pranay, before you reply to that, just let me take our viewers through these visuals on our screens right now. This is, in fact, from Japan at this point, viewers. These are the first few visuals that we bring to you. You can also hear the siren noises in the background, and these are the first few visuals of the tsunami waves that have been spotted from Japan. The tide has slowly been rising in these coastlines, and we are keeping a very close watch of all these regions that are currently under tsunami threat. But yes, these are the latest visuals that we are bringing to you from the coastlines of Japan. Yes, Pranay, please continue with your thought.
Absolutely, Shreya. As we were discussing this massive earthquake, this region, if you talk about this northern Pacific Ocean region, this is also termed as the Ring of Fire, because that is the area which is very high on seismic activity, and we have seen, like, massive earthquakes in this region, and the very fact that there is a increased frequency of earthquake in this region of late and in past few years, and that's why there are protocols in place, especially the as far as the regions are concerned. Let us talk about the Far East region of Russia is concerned. Far East region of Russia doesn't have the huge population density, and therefore with the advent of technology, with the protocols in place. Yes, the early warning system has helped this area, especially for the evacuation of people from the low-lying areas in the coastal region, especially in the Severokursk area, or the Kamchatka region of Russia. So people have moved to the higher reaches, and they are safe. On the other side, Japan is a country which has a well-established protocol as far as dealing with the earthquake situations are concerned, because right from the earthquake resistant infrastructure to the emergency protocols are concerned, they have early warning systems in place, and that's why they are also well rehearsed as far as such protocols are concerned, and how to mobilize people in the times of such emergency. On the other side, Hawaii region is also prone to such earthquakes, but with the very fact that this is a massive earthquake of 8.8 on Richter scale, which has a huge magnitude, almost equivalent to 10,000 nuclear bombs, the kind of bombs which were used during the Second World War on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So if that is the magnitude of an earthquake, definitely the emergency responders or the emergency services have to remain prepared for any eventuality if this kind of earthquake takes place. So definitely the countries are on alert. Be it United States, we have seen the social media post of US President Donald Trump is concerned. He has also indicated that he's monitoring the situation and asked the US authorities to mobilize the emergency responses and emergency responders to the areas which might get impacted in the regions of be it Hawaii or the West Coast, or Guam, or Alaska, because Alaska has a proximity with this the impacted region, especially closer to the Russian coast. And especially the Japanese the coast of Ogarawa area or the Ibaraki area of Japan. These are the areas which has proximity to the Kamchatsky region of Russia.
Right, Pranay, stay with us.